A small sheriff's office in southern Colorado is currently under investigation by the Colorado Attorney General's office. Prosecutors have dropped more than a dozen cases because of their lack of faith in the Castilla County Sheriff's Office. The sheriff basically told our Marshall Zellinger he knows he's not hiring great deputies.
When you get pulled over and are given a speeding ticket, the district attorney does not get involved. Lucky for deputies in Costilla County in the San Luis Valley, because the DA and the sheriff's office are not exactly BFFs.
I'm struggling to be able to uphold my ethical duties as a prosecutor with the cases that are coming out of the sheriff's office.
There are 6 counties in Ann Kelly's judicial district, but Costilla County is the only one where the Republican DA has given an ultimatum.
5 months ago, I said to them, if things don't improve, we're going to have to start dismissing cases.
Last month, Kelly took her concerns public to the Costilla County commissioners.
I have never said, ever, that I do not trust a police agency, and I do not trust the Costilla County Sheriff's Office.
She told commissioners about not getting body camera video from the sheriff's office, missing incident reports, and evidence being lost before trial.
How many total cases have you had to dismiss or drop because of this?
More than 4. It's probably about 15 or 20 cases at this point.
She said one of those cases involved evidence that was lost and then found from a domestic violence case involving a victim who said her abuser strangled her.
And that domestic violence victim had to hear us say, "I'm sorry, but I cannot ethically proceed with the case against your strangler."
And there's been issues with the evidence room and evidence storing, so the commissioners have been working to try and secure additional building facilities in town that's secure, that can move the evidence to.
As county administrator, Ben Doon does not oversee the sheriff's office. Democratic Sheriff Danny Sanchez is an elected sheriff. Doon helps the county commissioners manage the county.
And anytime you hear any of your departments are struggling to meet their obligations, it's tough to hear, and especially when it comes to law enforcement.
The DA has even had to subpoena the sheriff's office in court to get a judge to order the sheriff to turn over all evidence in specific cases. The Costilla County Sheriff declined our interview request. He provided me a statement that started by saying it's a low-paying agency and that we have had to hire employees who are not desirable.
The missing firearms, that was who I told you guys I believe was a disgruntled employee with us. And she was the one that was our evidence tech at the time.
At the July meeting, Under Sheriff Cruz Soto told county commissioners money is to blame.
When evidence gets lost and when the reports aren't ready when they're supposed to me, I think that's an issue, and you as the under sheriff or the sheriff should be responsible for that.
Once again, like I say, we get what we pay for. If we're paying deputies that we can't trust or we don't know, what do? I mean...
Speeding tickets generate revenue for the Costilla County budget, just not the kind of revenue to solve a salary problem, if the problem is simply salaries.
But this is not a money issue. This is an organization and a leadership issue.
If you were a victim of a crime in Costilla County, would you want the Costilla County Sheriff's Office investigating it?
At this time, I think it'd be challenging.
Immediately after learning about this from the DA last month, the commissioners approved funding for a body camera system upgrade. They've also approved funding for evidence labeling and a printer. They approved overtime for deputies to finish their reports. And when the sheriff declined my interview request, he told me there's a plan to audit Kyle to go through the evidence to determine what he even has as evidence dating back decades.
It is really striking to hear public leaders talk about that kind of lack of faith in local law enforcement. But on the prosecutor side, in that office, previous to this prosecutor, they had some real issues on that side of the fence.
Yes, Ann Kelly was appointed by Governor Jared Polis in 2022 after the previous district attorney, Alonzo Payne, was resigned when he was under investigation for Victim Rights Act issues. He was disbarred after he resigned by the Colorado Supreme Court, and she told me about having issues where nobody trusted the DA's office in that area, and she covers 6 counties, and she's built up trust, and now she has to say, I don't trust somebody else.
Yeah, and when it gets to that point, people will be afraid to come forward. It's a mess. Well, glad you're on it. Marshall Zellinger, thank you.